Hey guys, hey. So listen, I want to talk about something I've been researching here for the past, I don't know, a few weeks or so. And it started because I was watching some documentaries, really docudramas, right? On Hulu, produced by the History Channel. And it's called, I think, The Men That Built America and then The Titans That Built America. And there's something that I figured out after I started going down a rabbit hole and doing all of this research about all these billionaires who built empires that today are still operating. Okay, names that we still recommend, that we still recognize after today, after all these years, 150, 200 years later. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about them because I want to break down three things that's going on with these people. So first of all, wealth begets wealth. Okay? Wealth begets wealth. So a little bit here. One, of course, a lot of people know Cornelius Vanderbilt was like at one point the richest man in the world, and he made his money in railroads. Okay? But what I didn't realize is that Vanderbilt, after making his millions, turned around and gave an opportunity to a guy in Ohio who had an oil refinery. And that guy's oil refinery produced, kerosene gas and stuff like that, oil for the railroads. So that person he gave the opportunity to was Rockefeller. Okay? So you got one millionaire that gives a nobody an opportunity, okay? And he becomes a bazillionaire. So Rockefeller, of course, takes over as the richest man in the world at some point. Okay? All right. So Vanderbilt owned a lot of the railroad. He was the biggest railroad owner. His competitor, who was the number two guy, his name was Scott. Last name Scott. Scott had a number two person that he used as an apprentice from age 12 to adulthood. And that person was Carnegie. Okay, so Scott, okay, Scott and Vanderbilt, both are railroad tycoons. Okay, Vanderbilt gives Rockefeller opportunity, Scott gives Carnegie an opportunity. Okay, so now we're talking about that. I know this feels like a history lesson, but I'm going somewhere with this. Okay, so when Rockefeller was given the opportunity, not only did he revolutionize with kerosene, he also created gasoline, okay, and changed the world. So he showed up in a way that was excellent, okay. So now we got the excellence. Carnegie had to build a bridge. It took him 5 years to source all the steel and build the bridge. So he showed up in excellence. So the characteristics, right? Here's the first two. Opportunity, okay? Vanderbilt gave Rockefeller an opportunity, okay? Scott gave Carnegie an opportunity. So when it comes down to us building these multiple six, seven, and eight figure businesses, the first thing that we're going to need, right, is an opportunity, okay? We're going to need an opportunity. But I'm going to tell you how in today's time frame, we can get opportunities much, much easier. Okay. So first thing, I'm gonna give you three. First thing is opportunity. Okay. Second thing is access. Okay. So when we look at access, you got people like JP Morgan Jr., right? Who is the richest man in America in his time frame. Okay. And JP Morgan Jr. is having a conversation with DuPont, who owns General Motors. And DuPont is saying, hey, I cannot compete with Ford. He keeps slashing his prices on cars. We can't beat his prices. And Morgan Jr. says, hey, give the cars away for free. People think they get them for free, but they'll be paying you money for the rest of their life. So, he created financing because JP Morgan Jr. told General Motors to create financing. JP Morgan Jr. bankrolled GMAC which became, okay, the financing component of GM. Okay. All right. Listen to me now. Okay. Access. Okay. I'm finna blow your mind with access. Not only was he given access to the money to create GMAC, he got access to the brain power of JP Morgan Jr. Okay. So JP Morgan Jr. is a financial wizard. And so now you got access. Okay, so I've given you opportunities, right? Rockafellar got his opportunity from Vanderbilt. Carnegie got his opportunity from Scott. Now we're talking about access, right? Access to money, access to resources, access to whatever. Okay. All right. So now we got access. So that's number 2. Okay. Number 3 is excellence. So let's talk about excellence. So GM is 5 companies. Y'all know Buick, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Cadillac, whatever. Okay. 5 companies under GM. Okay. So the 5 companies under GM, and Chrysler was running Buick. Okay. Okay. Chrysler was running Buick. Chrysler left because he didn't like the General Motors manager and started his own company. Well, within a matter of years, Chrysler had become the number 3 car dealer in a matter of like 4 or 5 years. Why? Because his car was excellent. It was better than everybody else's. Okay. So because his car was better than everybody else's, he made now bazillions. Okay. So here's the 3 things. Okay. Okay. Opportunity, access, and excellence. Those are the 3 things. Opportunity, access, and excellence. Okay. So let's talk about that. Opportunity. Because we are now on the internet, right? We're now on the internet. We now have social media, right? You can have a video that goes viral. You can have a product that sells off the shelves because you can put it on TikTok. We now have opportunities unprecedented in our lifetime. Okay. We now have opportunities that we've never had before. So opportunity, okay, is unprecedented right now. So we got that one, right? Okay. Access. Okay. And if we want to talk about examples of opportunity and social media, this is Crush It. It's the first book from Gary Vaynerchuk, right? And Gary, okay, used social media to grow his empire. Opportunity. He created his own opportunity. That's what we can do. Okay. Then access. Now we have access to somebody who created millions, Gary Vaynerchuk, because of social media. So now you got access, right? You got access to his knowledge. You got access to his insights, his tools. If you join one of his programs, you get access for a whole lot cheaper than what they were paying back in the 1900s. Okay. So we got access. Okay. And we got opportunity. All right. Here's another opportunity. Remember the Montgomery battle in Montgomery, the chair folder incident that just happened. Okay. Within a matter of a couple of weeks, y'all remember how people had folding chair earrings? They had, folding chair t-shirts, battle t-shirts. They had all of this propaganda that was out there. Okay. Well, here's a book that I found. Okay. And it's called Beyond the Chair. It's an adult activity and coloring book, right? It was like $7 on Amazon. I don't know how many they sold because it was going viral. It's not even a whole lot to it, but they took an opportunity to create the book. All right. So excellence. That's the piece that I feel like most of us are missing. We're missing the piece when it comes down to the excellence. All right. And why? Because for us, we want to move so quickly that sometimes we don't take the time to make the best possible product. Okay. The best possible product. So when I ask people, sometimes people feel like it's good enough. And I do believe that good enough is good enough to get it out. But I believe that good enough getting it out the first time, it's because the first time it's beta. And you need to get the feedback to bring it back, right? You need to get the feedback to bring it, to improve it, to make it better, all right? A lot of us don't want to put something out because we want to be perfectionists. We want it to be perfect. And here's the thing. I do want you to exceed. I do want it to be great. I do want it to be excellent. But your first time ain't going to be. So when we look at these titans, you know, Ford's first car failed. Okay. The first airplane failed. A lot of times they have to fail so that they can come back and boomerang back into excellence. Okay. Boomerang back into excellence. So that brings me to my banging book challenge, right? A lot of y'all got some books, book ideas, and things like that you haven't put out because you're perfectionists, okay? You are a perfectionist. And here's the thing. We want you to put it out in excellence, okay? But we also want you to understand that this is time for feedback. So I'm here to help you create a book cover that's going to help you get to the next level. Some of y'all got some ugly book covers. Okay? Some of y'all got some ugly book covers. And I want to say this, look. If you got an ugly book cover and you know it, clap your hands. You got an ugly book and you know it, clap your hands. You got an ugly book and it got your reader shook. If you got an ugly book and you know it, clap your hands. All right. So now, how do you improve the book cover? One of the first things you got to do is improve the fonts. Okay. A lot of you guys have learned from me, you know, the typography. You've learned from me, the images, how to create the images, how to get them out of Midjourney, and they're beautiful book covers. What you're missing, okay, is the typography, right? How the fonts look. Okay, so we like the Beyond the Chair. It's good. I'm not going to talk about these people design and layout because it's a great picture. But this is what most people do. They do a great picture. They don't spend a lot of time on the fonts and the text and the layout. Okay, now let's look at Gary Vee's book. It's all text. It ain't even a picture. Which one would you buy? Which one is the most credible for you? And by the way, look at this. It's still in the plastic. Brand new. I never opened it. One day this is going to be worth something. Okay. But look at the text, the bold text, crush it. Okay. I would buy this book and expect to get knowledge from this book over everything else. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the way it looks is more credible. Okay. It's more credible. All right. So let's talk about the move films that I told y'all about. Okay, it is called The Men That Built America and The Titans That Built America. Those are the two films that I talked about. The Banging Book Challenge, if you're interested in that, the link is in the in the caption. Okay, and that's all I got to say right now because I really wasn't prepared for this. I just jumped on real quick. And I'm going to jump off real quick so I can get everything together for this Banging Book Challenge. All right. But if you haven't already joined the challenge, it's only $25. Go ahead, knock yourself out, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right. Bye.